Hey guys, and welcome back to Mega Man 3. 4 Robot Masters down, and 4 remaining. So, if my math is correct, and having defeated Mathman, it always is, we're gonna move on and beat up Topman.
I really liked Topman's interpretation in Battle Network 4, which he debuted in. In that game, Topman was operated by, like, this older guy, and he was basically cobbled together over time from, like, bits and pieces. Not like Junkman. There's actually a Junkman in that game, but Topman is kind of like he's a homebrew project, which is a good description for him, I think. And I really liked how that, I really liked that interpretation of that particular Robot Master. I thought it was really neat.
I thought you were going to say Captain N, the Game Master, personally, and you very nearly threw me off, though.
Yeah, yes, some of the Robot Masters in this game did show up in Captain N, and they were all badly fucking designed. Like, I understand they were going off of an NES screen. Okay, I get that. Like, that's why Mega Man was green. The guy admitted saying, I was using a shitty TV, that's why he's green and not blue. Okay, I get that. But some of them just look fucking awful. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think Airman is the one that stands out most in my mind as being, like, really shittily designed.
The only one I remember is Cutman, who literally has, like, a pair of scissors, like, on a stalk, glued to his head.
Oh yeah, the Jack Nicholson head. Fuck me, that was bad.
Well, what's worse, the Jack Nicholson Cutman, or the Peter Lorre Cutman from the Mega Man cartoon? Because both of them kind of fucking sucked, let's be honest.
The Peter Lorre one was on model, so I'm going to go with that as the better one, alright? Why is there a friggin' gigantic cat chucking around, like... What are these, like, robotic yarn balls? Why would Wily create something like this?
Well, as you know, cats are a huge fan of tops, and most cats happen to be Jewish, so it perfectly matches up.
Like, the plants, like, we can see in these glass containers here, the last stage, if you will. Is this all catnip? Is that why there's giant cats?
Like, was this guy supposed to be Weed Man, Plant Man? What's going on here? Like, at the last moment, while he's like, fuck, I can't make a robot out of plants, make a Top Man. Then at Mega Man 6, he's like, oh wait, yes I can make a robot out of plants.
Yeah, I've seen Plant Man in the Archie comics. He basically deals with the aftermath of, like, a worldwide catastrophe. I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I should really get around to reading that comic, but that sounds like work, and I can't be bothered to do that.
Yeah, anything with, like, the smallest iota of effort beyond comm recording. Fuck it, work.
I like this enemy right here, because he looks so surprised every time a top flies out of his chest. He's like, fuck, I have those?
Wait, I could do this?
I don't know if this should hurt me, or what's going on here.
I'm so proud of us that we made it this far without mentioning Beyblade. I think we're finally getting past that stage, right?
I suppose. I mean, we gotta reach for something original every once in a while, right?
Alright, it's Captain Beyblade himself. Sorry, fuck. Couldn't help myself. We're gonna lead with Hard Knuckle. This guy is super weak to the Hard Knuckle. Just watch out for his top spin along the ground, the little things he shoots into the air. He's really not that hard, truth be told.
And of course, now that I look at him and his spinning attack, I remembered the Flash villain, the Top, who sounds stupid, but actually he was part of this complex plan to fuck over the rest of Flash's rogue gallery and kill the Flash, I believe, was the result of that. So the dude was actually pretty fucking evil.
And for beating Topman, we get the top spin. Apparently useless. Very useful against certain Robot Masters, and maybe even the final boss? Okay, you were about to achieve liftoff there, Dragon. The thing with topspin is, you have to use it in the air, or you have to be in the air to use it, rather. And that confused me at first, because, like, is there something wrong with my controller? Because obviously I record these via emulators, so I can use save states to get, like, perfect runs and the like. So, I deemed it unworthy of the Entom64 name and just put it on the back burner, but as we'll see, it is actually very useful. Alright, Shadowman. Out of all the Robot Masters, this one confuses me the most because he wasn't exactly made by Light or Wily. He comes from, like, outer space, and Wily remodeled him. And this carries over to the comics as well, where there's, like, a whole army of Shadow Men, and it's really kind of confusing.
I think, you know, that mention that he's from space is actually, like, a really obscure bit of trivia made more apparent in the comics, because I never knew that until I learned about it. Like, from listening about the comics, I'm like, wait, really? And, like, Shadowman is easily probably the Robot Master you think of when you think of Mega Man 3. Like, he's easily probably one of the most recognizable and most popular Robot Masters in the entire series. I think he does show up in other games. I know in Battle Network he shows up multiple times. He's like an assassin for hire, along with his net op. But, you know, like, I really do like the Shadowman design. I like the weapon, things like that. And ninjas are cool, I guess, so let's just go with that.
So you favor ninjas over pirates, I guess?
I've never been a pirate fan. I will be honest with you. I've never really liked pirates that much or thought them that interesting. Ninjas just seem way better. Oh, well, except when they're wearing bright orange, then it tends to be a problem.
Yeah, we've all made those jokes before, I guess. You may have noticed that Mega Man is sliding all over the place. This is a new move for Mega Man 3, and I can't believe it's taken us till, like, the 5th Robot Master to point this out.
Yeah, I actually decided not to bring it up because I said to myself, wait a minute, we covered this in Mega Man 2. But no, sliding is new to this game, and it's an essential move in part of his arsenal for dodging particular attacks. Because you'll notice how in the first game, you really had to be in the right place at the right time to dodge some Robot Master attacks. Sliding gives you a bit more leeway. In Smash, it's actually damaging where it's not normally damaging in the Mega Man series, which is weird. Some people have called it Charge Kick as a result, which is another, you know, kick-based attack. I just call it sliding, and it works great in that game.
Well, I gotta abuse the Topman here, and he's dead before I can even finish my explanation, so GG, no re.
Yeah, as you know, tops work in the air just like in real life.
I think that's... I hate to bring up the term conveyance and whatnot, but when you fight Topman, what's the main thing he himself does? Spin at you on the ground, but in order to use it, you have to spin in the air. There's only one other attack in the game that I think has, like, bad conveyance. The rest of them are pretty self-explanatory, but top spin and, well, I guess I'll spoil it, the Gemini laser, since we're going to Gemini Man's stage, that confused me.
And as you know, when you get Shadow Blade, you turn pink, like the deadliest ninja.
I think you're a bit colorblind there, mate. I clearly saw purple back there.
Purple, pink, either way it doesn't work, so... Well,
I've been told that pink is the color of warriors in Japan, so make of that how you will.
I've been told that pink looks good on me, but I don't listen to them, do I?
And it's all about blacks, browns, and greys.
So, Gemini Man, what's his deal?
He has the power to make copies of himself, twins, if you will.
That's actually a pretty, you know, good idea. Like, you know, later on in the series, they'll bring in some other kind of robot guys that are patterned after constellations, planets, things like that. Yeah, and, you know, they take Gemini Man. You would think they would kind of do more with that from the get-go. Like, okay, I guess it would be hard to make, like, an Aquarius Man or a Sagittarius Man. But Libra's like scales, isn't it? How do you make that into a Robot Master now that I think about that?
Right, you say that, but Sagittarius Man could very easily be Centaur Man or something. He could fire like laser arrows.
Well, that's true. You again?
I like his little whistle. If you find a way to pause the game, don't know how, so look it up, I guess. You can hear the full iteration of that theme.
I thought you were going to find him for a minute there, but this time he's like, well, the last few times didn't really work out, so I'm just going to give you a pass on this one.
I watched a speedrun, I think this was from one of the GDQs, where he basically slid past that entire cutscene, and as a result, the music for the stage didn't play.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and also in one of the games, you could kill Wily and get stuck on that screen. Not in this one, though.
Alright, you know, this obviously looks like what you're blasting here. You're blasting, like, fish eggs. The fuck?
Yeah. Another example of them creating the stage before, you know, assigning a thematically appropriate Robot Master.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this doesn't happen on Jupiter, guys, unless there's some parts of Jupiter I should know about.
Well, it would be Jupiter X knowing this series.
Like, I'm just imagining at the end of this stage you fight, like, the mother of all these eggs, and who's, like, super pissed now because you've been killing all her children.
Well, there's giant chicken machines later on, so I don't know what the hell's up with this stage. It's forgivable because, you know, it's an alien planet, but still kind of freaky.
You've got these, you have the penguins you were killing earlier, because Jupiter implies eggs, I suppose? So
we're not on Jupiter! Get off of Jupiter already!
Well, I can't get off Jupiter. Isn't the gravity, like, super heavy there?
It's the biggest planet, or is it a gas giant in the universe?
I don't even know anymore. I mean, we all used to think Pluto was a planet, and then that turned out to be wrong, so who knows what's right anymore.
Wait, didn't they deconfirm the deconfirmation of Pluto being a planet?
I don't fucking keep track of that. I don't know what they're doing now.
Yeah, we're here to talk about robots and robots who copy powers, I guess. Good old Rush Coil.
And that's all we'll need you for, Rush. See you later.
We should be able to toss him like a Robo Cookie or something, because he does like so much of the grunt work in this game and never gets so much as a thank you.
Do they have biscuits for Robo-Dogs? Does it work like that?
Oh, well, you could make a different version of the E-Tank, I guess.
Oh look! It's that idea that they made that shitty mobile game out of.
Ugh. Are we talking about Zova here?
Zova, the Rush Marine? Yeah, something like that.
Well, Mega Man crossover is what I was talking about.
No, this is actually a different game.
Okay, well, you want to talk a little bit about that so I don't ramble on and on?
Well, it's just pretty much a side-scroller. You're flying on Rush Marine, or swimming with Rush Marine, and you're just shooting stuff. It's not offensive, I would guess. I mean, not as offensive as X-Over was.
I wouldn't put it on my worst games of whatever year it came out in list.
It's not the worst thing ever, but it'll do. Feels like we're venturing through a different, like, NES game entirely. Like, this NES game called Worm, where you were in, like, these caverns underneath the earth with all this weird scenery. This is what that game feels like right now.
It wouldn't seem out of place in Contra. Like, you get to the boss, Contra Man.
Yeah, this really does kind of feel like a weird, cartoony Contra stage. Like, you know how at the beginning it started normal, but then later on it becomes like this alien brain shit going on?
Alright, Gemini Man, we're gonna have to use the Search Snake to beat this guy.
What was really discouraging is that they never made a Gemini Man for Battle Network. They made a Gemini-esque guy for its sequel Star Force, but they never made a Gemini Man EXE, which is a shame.
Okay, well, I mentioned earlier that Gemini Man's weapon is the Gemini laser, but do you want to guess what it does, Helldragon?
It shoots a laser.
Well, yes, I guess. But what the Gemini laser really does is that it shoots a laser that can rebound off surfaces and basically keep going. The problem is, while that's happening, while it's still on screen, you're at the mercy of whatever's coming towards you because you can't open up the menu to change your weapon or use E-tanks.
Oh, that's pretty shitty, yeah.
Yeah, and also, what the hell does that have to do with a Robot Master who can split himself in two? See, this is what I'm talking about, conveyance. It don't really make a lick of sense.
Yeah, that's true. Like, they should have called this guy Laser Man. Hell, they had a Laser Man as a fan-made Navi in Mega Man Battle Network 4 or 5. Whichever one of the two. I think it was 5. But it's just, that doesn't even make sense anymore.
Like Shadowman, he fires shurikens, you get shurikens as the power for beating him. You know, Hard Man, he fires the hard knuckle, you get the hard knuckle, job's a good un. And you know, Gemini Man, you get a laser that can bounce off walls and leave you helpless. Goodie.
It'd be cool if, like, Gemini Man gave you, like, an energy clone power. Like, that would actually be kind of neat.
Yeah, 4 swords, man. Perfect. Print it.
Well, I was thinking more like Johnny Cage Man or something like that.
Oh, I love this music.
Yeah, this music's pretty good, actually. I like it.
Have you heard the Megas song, You've Sparked a War?
No, I have not.
You really should start listening to the Megas. I didn't, then I did and I found Nirvana.
Well, why would I want to find Nirvana if I want to listen to the Megas? That's like a completely different band entirely.
Yeah, you're right. Those two things don't really correlate. I guess I'm just overblowing a band that I happened to like at the time.
So we're on I'm trying to remember, Sparkman, okay, because at least he's using electricity and stuff. It's weird that Gemini's Man stage didn't really feature stuff that could split into two, like twins of things, you know, like twin robots or whatever attacking you.
Well, you had, you know, the evil fish sperm that were birthed out of the evil bubbles, and you had the penguins that came out of the chicken machine or some shit, but besides that, no twins to be found, really.
Yeah, what came first, the chicken or the Gemini?
Brilliant comedy.
Yeah, nicely done, me, thank you. Into the trash you go.
Not really, Capcom was that necessary, nothing happened for like 3 screens.
Oh my god, he really is in the trash can. Like, he's actually at, like, the compressor, the dump. Oh man, I'm looking at this background, it kind of reminds me of stages from old DOS games I've played. It's actually kind of great.
Now, we've got to do one of these jump on the rising barrels before you know, hit the spikes thing, but I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to use the rush jet to bypass this, if you don't mind.
What kind of robot is just like screwing itself together? That's really reaching, Wily. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we can't say that Wily is the mastermind, that's a spoiler.
Yeah, alright then, just forget I said that.
Like, even if you play 2 Mega Man games, you gotta know that 1 is not particularly on the level.
Mega Man games aren't exactly a tour de force in terms of storytelling.
Right, just go to town on him with Shadowman's weapon, the Shadow Blade, and bit of bang, bit of boom, he's done.
It's basically the Metal Blade, and then it can bounce and return in 8 different directions. It's just not nearly as OP. It's a custom weapon for Mega Man to replace the Metal Blade in Smash.
Yeah, it doesn't go as far as the Metal Blade. They obviously knew that they went a bit too far with the power of the Metal Blade and decided to nerf it a little bit. But there we go. That's all the Robot Masters defeated. So I guess that we're done. We can go fight the boss of the game now. But wait a minute. What's this? Yeah, we're not done with Mega Man 3 yet, guys. Unfortunately, we have a few stage revisits to deal with. So, I guess we'll pick one, and we'll see you next time, where the adventure continues. See you then.